Hey guys, welcome back to Life by the Bow. I'm super excited because we're here at the Pathfinder factory.
So where we are right now, we're in a 210,000 square foot facility.
These are super state-of-the-art spray booths. You don't see something this nice in a lot of plants.
You can do your makeup in here.
That's right.
How about that?
This is the best vanity ever.
It's just amazing how many boats that you guys are producing in here. Holy moly, guys.
Did you think you needed more horsepower? Because I thought we were going fast enough.
It's a little sloppier than what we expected. Dolphin right behind the boat. Come on, baby. That's what I'd like to see. Let's see if I can flip this one in real quick. Woo! And then cherry on top is Stephanie cooking up some fresh mahi here.
That doesn't come with the stay though.
Hey, you never know, but for those of you that don't know, this isn't just Pathfinder boats, this is Maverick Boat Group. But we'll get into more of that later on. There's a whole bunch of people that are here ready to meet you guys and excited to see us. So we're gonna take you guys inside of the factory and supposedly they have something really cool to show us.
Yay!
What's up, buddy? How's it going?
Hey!
Welcome, welcome.
Guys, this is Kent.
Good to see you.
He is the head of marketing over here at Maverick Boat Group.
Yeah, man, congrats on Keeley.
I appreciate it,
know.
man.
I haven't gotten to congratulate you guys in person yet. Come on,
I
man.
know.
Yeah, man, thanks.
Yeah.
We should have brought her.
Over here.
Look, Clay, look what they have on the screen.
That's awesome.
That is
so cool.
that
You guys
is.
know Mike,
What's
of
up,
course.
man? How's it going?
You guys
Hey.
good to see you.
Hey.
You guys all know Mike.
Yep.
He's
Mike-
been on Life by the Bow
That's
before.
right. He starred in our
How's
show
it going?
before.
What's up, guys?
Charlie Johnson.
Director of Engineering.
Nice to meet you. I'm
Hi,
Clay. It's
I'm
a pleasure.
Stephanie.
Jonathan.
Charlie.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to
Good
meet
to see
you,
you.
Jonathan.
Sorry, I need to put on my glasses.
Hello.
Look at me. I'm
Good to
prepared.
see you too.
Good
Yes.
to be here,
yes.
guys. This place is amazing.
It
This
is.
is
Pretty
cool,
unbelievable.
isn't it?
So where we are right now, we're in a 210,000 square foot facility. This first half was built in 2019, and then about 2022, we expanded. So it was 105 and then another 105 right on the other side. Since we built that expansion, we've now basically doubled everything up and we run our small parts right down the center. So it's super convenient when you have your hulls and decks running on either side, all your small parts run down the center and basically feeding the lines on the outside.
And for those of you guys that don't know, Pathfinder falls under the umbrella of Maverick Boat Group. They have Maverick boats, they have Hughes, they also have Pathfinder, of course, and Cobia. So there's 4 different brands essentially all being built within this facility right here, right?
Absolutely. So all the parts that you see here that are orange, they could be orange or black. The color doesn't really mean anything. These are all of our molds. And as you can imagine, the molds are probably the most important part of the entire process. When you have a good mold, you ultimately have a good part. So we put a lot of time and effort and pride, if you will, in our molds.
Every boat is basically built from the exterior in. So first you start with your gel coat, which is essentially your color. After that, it's fiberglass and then your resin.
Absolutely.
So that's where the mold comes into play. Everything is waxed inside of the mold, then the gel coat's sprayed. Like I said, your color, fiberglass, resin, and then essentially you pop the boat out of the mold. And that's your boat, right?
You got it.
And then
You're
you-
going to do the tour.
That's actually my opening line every time when I get
got it.
tours.
Yeah.
Hey, I did it for you. How about that? Your job's easy today.
Great.
Yeah,
All
but
right.
come in here, check out inside this place.
These are super state-of-the-art spray booths. You don't see something this nice in a lot of plants. They're super well lit, super well ventilated, so it makes it really nice for the guy hand spraying it.
Wow. This is great camera lighting.
Yeah, right.
It is.
You can do your makeup in here.
That's right.
How about that?
This is the best vanity ever.
So you got a hull that just came out of the booth. This is a fully white hull. It's got a tuna door on it. And this contraption right above you is our chop gun. So those strands running through, that's basically fiberglass. And what that chop gun does is it chops up little strands of fiberglass and introduces a specific amount of resin as well that they're gonna spray the entire boat.
Oh, wow.
So we'll do about a 2 to a 3 ounce layer of skin, and that gives you your kind of barrier coat on top of the gel coat. That helps with heat, that helps with air voids. So there's various reasons we do that. But right when that boat's skinned, it comes into what we call the bulk stage. Bulk stages, so you can see these tubes that are running through, and there's specific areas where the tubes break, where these tubes basically come off, and that's where the resin flows through the entire system.
So essentially, this is step 3, right? First, your gel coat. Second is your glass. 1/3 is the actual resin being infused inside of all that fiberglass and gel coat, right?
Yeah. And these are the glass layers that are put in, so that skin process is almost like your first barrier. So it's still glass, but this is really where the bulk of the glass goes in. Correct.
Gotcha.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then along with the glass, there's also a lot of those core supports. So we don't use any wood in our boat. This is all composites, and so all the stringers and bulkheads are pre-cut foam. In the transom, we have Kusa board, and it's a fiber reinforced material. So when it's embedded in the actual transom between two layers of fiberglass, it turns into a kind of an indestructible layer. And of course, you got heavy motors on the back of these boats. We want to make sure that that's really the strong area. But the entire boat throughout has their reinforcements as well, whether it's for cleats or rod holders or even for our second stations, things like that. There's plates in the actual fiberglass itself to make sure that we're really, and they're drilled and tapped.
And
so.
in a lot of circumstances, or in most circumstances, those are actually cut into the core material, right?
Correct. Yep.
So it's not just slapped on after the fact, it's actually placed into the middle of the whole laminate.
So right now you can see that certain boats get buckets installed in them. So this stage is really where they start to put those in. Also, if you can see, there's the tank in this boat. So we use steel fuel tanks, and these are basically mounted. They're fastened in, but they're also foamed in as well. So there's two means of structure around them.
We kind of walk down the side here, but over to our right, and we'll show it in some B-roll video footage here, but we also have a smaller spray booth and cut booth that are specific just for small parts.
Yep.
I don't know, Mike, do you have anything else to add to that?
Absolutely, yeah. So like I mentioned earlier, our small parts run down the center of the building, and we did that intentionally to make sure that they're supplying both sides of the line, because at the end of the line, you're gonna see, this is the point where they cross over and they go into the cut booth based on where they're finishing at the end of the line. So we have 3 lines on that side and 2 lines on this side, and all the small parts feed each side. So depending on what those parts are, the consoles, hardtops, gunnel boards, they'll basically get kitted up down this center section, and they'll get fed over to whichever side they need to.
I just think it's so crazy. I mean, when you think about like the Pathfinder or the Maverick brand, Hughes, the first thing that comes to my mind is just like legendary inshore fishing. And it's just amazing the name and the legacy that, all those brands have been able to hold over the years, and just see how many boats that you guys are producing in here, and every one is pretty dang near perfect.
So one of the things we can do, we can walk over and look at some of that structure we talked about, because I think it's important to go through a little bit about how in this case, you can see that it's a little bit of a different color. This is where the leaning post is gonna go. So they'll drill and tap and install that leaning post. This is Kusa right here, and like we talked about in the transom. So, and then anywhere that you see a cleat or kind of a cup holder, you'll see kind of a reinforced area back there as well.
I think something significant too, like when you guys deliver your boats, I mean, they're pre-wired for trolling motors, all your speaker wires ran.
And to your point, all the wire harnesses, whether or not it's you don't opt for it, so we have a lot of standards, a lot of options on our boats. If you don't opt for it, the wire harness is built to basically accommodate everything that's in there. So really easy to add stuff on if you need to.
Well, it was very convenient because recently I had to change the live well pump because I left it running accidentally. You just unplugged it, got the new pump, put it in there, plug the new harness in. You don't have to worry about crimping, heat shrink, and it just makes it super easy because, like, say for example, you're out there fishing, you could change the live well pump on the fly.
So Pathfinders, I know you don't do the hard tops, you go with the second station, but Pathfinder's kind of known for its really nice hard tops. You'll come over here, we'll check some out. But yeah, our hard tops all have the recessed speakers, integrated lighting. They're actually a 2-piece fused piece that they glue together with a material called plexus, and then they come back and finish the edges after the fact.
So like we were talking about it being a little bit of an art, this is a good example of what that is. So to get this edge finished to make it look like one full piece is definitely something that you want to spend enough time to get that corner looking right.
And most people would never even know that it started out that way.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy.
Details, yep. All right, so welcome to the upholstery department. So we can take a look at how these cushions are kitted up and sent down to the production floor. So you can see all the different colors, the really nice stitching that we have. So this is kind of a kit. And what they do is they'll wrap every cushion to make sure that they're protected, obviously, as they go down. And they'll send them down to the line exactly when they need them. Again, going back to that schedule.
Mike, that's the new fabric that just came out,
I was
right?
about to
Absolutely.
say, this looks like
Yes.
something new.
Yeah, so it's a cool touch fabric, which is really neat. We're really excited with that. Of course, when it's super hot, those cushions are right there in the sun, so being able to sit down and not burn yourself is
Especially
very
a
important.
darker color like
You got
that
it.
too.
Exactly.
That's what's so cool is Pathfinder, Hughes, Maverick, they're always coming out with new stuff. And that's the key, you know, you got to keep up with the times.
So we caught a pretty good time right now. They're about to dry run
right, guys, look
this
sharp
boat.
here.
And when I say dry run,
We're gonna
they're basically
get
going
you
to
guys
lower
on
the
the-
deck.
on the
Both of these
film.
parts have already been kind of built out in our subassembly department. So the deck and the hull, all the components that need to get installed onto it have already happened at this stage. And right now they're going to lower that on, make sure that there's no interferences as far as hoses, wires, making sure that everything clears. And then they'll measure the side right where the rub rail goes to make sure that they have a good height. At that point, they'll mark everything up, pick the boat back up, and then they'll start actually mudding the boat where it'll get its permanent bond.
So we've kind of reached the end of the line here. Let's walk out and see what we got for you. Come on.
Oh man, this is beautiful.
Wow, man.
Doesn't get much prettier than that.
It
No.
really does not. Holy moly, guys.
Did you think because we got a bigger boat you needed more horsepower? Because I thought we were going fast enough on the 24.
Listen,
The 450 will get you there.
right? Guys, this is our brand new 27 Open sitting on an Ameritrail right here.
We added one more to the family, so we had to go a little more.
Yeah, we didn't go just a foot, we went 3.
Exactly.
But this is unbelievable,
This is
guys. I
incredible.
cannot thank you guys for
Yeah,
everything that
thank
y'all
you.
do. I mean, this is
Seriously.
just an unbelievable boat here. Huge thanks to everybody at Maverick Boat Group, and most importantly, huge thanks to you guys and your support, because ultimately you guys are the ones that make things like this possible. But they're gonna ship the boat back to Caribbean Boat Sales, our Pathfinder dealer at home. We're gonna get this thing all rigged out, and the next time that you guys see this boat, we're actually gonna go out, do some fishing on it.
Yep.
Hey, and one other thing, if you guys are interested to come see this for yourself, every Thursday at 2:30, we have factory tours. So just give us a shout, ask for Kent, and we'll get you signed up.
But we will see you guys back in the Keys with this thing fully rigged out. All right, guys, really excited because here we are a couple weeks later, the boat's finally all rigged out. And we did a Garmin Trolling Motor, all Garmin electronics, JL audio stereo system, power poles, power pole charge. We did custom steering wheels from Hunter over at Nautical Creations. If you guys have any questions about anything that we rigged this boat out with, all of that's gonna be down in the video description below. And in my opinion, what kind of just ties it all together is the Ameritrail. No matter how hard you try to mess it up, you know, that boat always goes on that trailer perfectly. And that's something that's really important at a crowded boat ramp, because you don't want to be that guy. Lastly, all welded components. You know, if you just look at some of the finish work, the lighting, everything is just top tier, top notch. And that's something that we really appreciate, but we're gonna get the boat in the water. Kent's actually on his way down here as we speak, but the wind is going to pick up. So it's definitely gonna allow us to put this boat through its paces and see if that extra 3 feet was worth it. So let's see what this thing can do.
Looks beautiful. You did a good job, man.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, good to see you.
Yeah, man, good to see you again,
Excited
too.
for the day.
Yeah, it's been a couple weeks, but we finally got the boat exactly where we want it set up. No better way to break in a brand new 27 Open by being prepared with a little bit of everything. So the first thing we're gonna do is go catch some bait, and we're just gonna see how the day unfolds from there.
That's a wrap.
Yeah, right?
Well, that was a lot of bait.
So the plan was to go out as far as 30 miles today. We're trying to stick to that plan, but it's a little sloppier than what we expected. We were supposed to have pretty calm conditions, but Man, it's been a tough summer for us down here in the Keys. We really have not gotten a lot of good weather, so we're just taking it nice and easy. I'm up in the tower right now, just looking around, and we're gonna see if we can run into some flocks of birds, maybe get into some mahi, and I think that that's what we have right in front of us right now. So I'm just gonna try to figure out which way that they're going and see if we can get a couple fish to the boat here first thing in the morning. So I'm gonna start unloading some of these liveys here.
All right.
You wanna get a bait on, Kent?
Yeah, man.
And we're gonna see if we can bring these fish to us. Dolphin right behind the boat. That's what we want, baby. There we go. That's exactly what we want. I'm gonna see if I can get one on a plug real quick while Kent's working them on the live bait. Exactly what we wanted too, baby. These are some nice fish. Really nice dolphin. There we go. Got one, Kent.
Yes, sir.
There we go, guys. Breaking in the 27, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Let's see if I can flip this one in real quick. Watch those treble hooks, Kent.
All right, I'm gonna bring this up to the box.
See if we can get another one. Or actually, you know what? I'm gonna throw out some more liveys, try to keep these guys around. See if they stay around, hopefully. That was awesome, man. They just came right up to the boat. Yeah, I think I am tight. Let's see. Yep, we got one. There we go, baby. Woohoo! All right, I'm gonna leave this one in the rod holder hooked up. See if we get a couple more. Got one?
Well, spit it out.
This one's on. Here, take this one, Kent. There you go.
Trade you?
Yep. Come on, baby. Breaking in the 27.
A little bit better one, maybe?
That's what I like to see. That's what everyone likes to see. Boat full of mahi, baby.
Yes, sir. All right, here we go. Oh boy.
Nice job, Kent. Woo! Still got one hooked up right here. Trying to keep that school around, just keeping them in the water. I'm still feeding this one back. Hopefully it'll get hit. I'm gonna go ahead, take some liveys here, feed a couple of these guys out, and we're gonna take some dead ones that we saved from earlier and keep those flowing as well. Trying to just constantly keep a food source in the water here to keep these fish around. If we didn't have these live baits, there's no way that they would have stuck around. And sometimes you got to put in that extra work first thing in the morning to get the live baits when you could be out here catching fish, picking them off one by one. But we're gonna flip this guy in here, take a couple steps back. Woo! Nice, baby. That's what I'm talking about. We'll take our de-hooker real quick. Mahi fishing is chaos, boys. All right. Oh, there we go. Oh, nice. Are we doubled? I think we're doubled. We're either tangled or doubled.
I think we're tangled up.
No, here, let's switch over. Yeah, we're tangled, but that's okay. Sorry, bro.
Let's see here.
I might just cut it.
You're good.
Here.
See if you can untangle it.
If it was a 50-pound bull, it'd be a different story. There you go.
Part
Nice,
of the process.
dude. Yep.
All right, here you go.
I'm just gonna grab another rod. That's why it's so important. There you go, Kent.
Yes,
So
sir.
important to have so many rods rigged, guys. It's gonna make the wife and kids happy, right?
Yeah.
Nice job, Kent. All right, well, we got exactly what we came out here for, and that was a little bit of meat. Kent says he wants to catch a mutton snapper, so we're gonna see if we can put him on one real quick. And then after that, I think we might do a little bit of inshore fishing.
So dolphin, snapper, tarpon, covers a lot of bases.
Well, we've only got the dolphin so far.
We're gonna do it.
Putting the pressure on me.
We're gonna do it.
Let's see if we get a snapper then. It's got a little tiny circle hook right there with a loop knot. That loop knot's gonna give that bait as much action as possible. And what I'm pulling out of the rod right now, this is about a 40-foot, 30-pound fluorocarbon leader. And then at the end here, we have a bimini twist with 30-pound braid, and that 30-pound braid is attached to that 30-pound fluorocarbon leader that I was talking about earlier through a double uni knot. And the reason why we tie the bimini twist, not only does it add strength to the knot, but it also gives us a loop on the tag end here. And that loop is where we're gonna clip on our weight here. Once we hit the bottom, we're gonna give it probably like 5 or 10 cranks, and we're just gonna drift through the spot nice and slow, going at about half a mile an hour, which isn't a lot of current, and say a prayer and hope for the best. Kent's hooked up on something here. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll be a happy man if we could get Kent on a big mutton here. Kent, how'd you start working for Maverick Boat Group?
Well, I was living in Charleston at the time, and doing a lot of photo and video work, and actually ended up doing a photo shoot for them at their Hour Owners tournament, and got to talking, and they needed somebody with the skill set I had, and been there for, I guess, going on 7 years now.
It's pretty funny the way, you know, everything happened between, you know, me and Maverick Boat Group. We'd started the YouTube channel, and I had met Kent just from working in the industry, doing videography, photography, kind of the same exact thing. And he had noticed what we were doing on Life by the Bow. He said, hey man, you mind if we start sharing some of your photos and videos? And I'm like, yeah man. And I said, by the way, we're looking at buying another Pathfinder. And the rest was kind of history from there, and we started working together a lot closer with the brand, and never looked back since then. Ever since then, we've just been thinking of new ways to market the company and come up with content, new ideas.
It's been awesome to prove how well YouTube works, and there's nobody that does it better than you.
I appreciate that, man. Let me get your weight here. Keep reeling, keep reeling. Keep reeling. I think we might have your mutton, Kent. Yeah, buddy! Woo! Look at the size of that one. Let's bring him over. Let's not lose him. That is what I'm talking about, baby. That's exactly
chicken dinner right there.
Yeah, dude, that's exactly what Kent wanted. He's like, look, man, these Mahi are nice. Yes, but I'll take a nice fat mutton. And this is a good one, man. This isn't even as big as they get here either, but that's definitely a nice one, man. Break in the 27.
Yeah.
First bottom fish, I appreciate it. Well, we just made it to my little tarpon honey hole here. We're gonna see if we can get some of these fish going by throwing out some live chummers. Exactly what we were using earlier. Mahi fish, 40-pound leader, 30-pound braid, and our Avail rods. You know, we're all about being versatile down here in the Florida Keys. When it's blowing like it is today, you know, you probably don't want to be offshore like most people, but we stuck through it and we made it out pretty well with a nice little bag. But it just goes to show, if you guys aren't feeling offshore fishing, you can always come back in here, tuck away from the wind, exactly what we're doing right now.
Oh, there it is. Ah, that wasn't a bad size one, right?
Well, we made it home to the La Jolla. Let's clean up some fish. Let's eat some food. So we got Wayne, Wanda, and Brandon here, all the way from North Carolina. They said that they came and stayed at the La Jolla from watching Life by the Bow, so that's what we like to hear. But now they're checking out the 27 Open because they think it might be time for an upgrade here.
Absolutely.
But Kent's bringing over some Mahi that we caught today. We're gonna get these guys cleaned up right now, and then we're gonna go back to the Bahia Lodge which is where Kent's staying. You guys have probably seen it on the channel before, but very, very beautiful spot. And as we say,
Those are little Mahi little dolphins.
doesn't get any fresher than that. What do you think? Think Daddy did good?
That's like the painting
Yeah.
in the living room, remember?
The guy's pretty awesome day to day. You know, perfect conditions to see what the boat was all about. You know, I think it handled it perfectly, and it basically matched my expectations. You know, I was expecting a bigger ride going from the 24 to the 27, and that's exactly what we got, you know. And it's just, the 24, it's awesome. You know, I mean, if you want to do a little more inshore fishing, I feel like that boat's maybe tailored towards that a little better just due to its draft, but we still didn't have any problems.
We got pretty darn shallow getting
I
that
know.
bait this morning.
So we had 126 gallons. We had both live wells full. We had both coolers full in the front, and we were still drafting 16 inches all day long.
Yeah.
Catch bait, and that was the key today, guys. You know, got us our mutton, got us our mahi, and it got us our tarpon bite too.
I'd never been in the 27 in as rough a conditions as we were in today too. I was
Really?
pretty impressed.
Well, leave it up to me. So we made it back inside of the Bahia Lodge here at the La Jolla, and look who I have with me. I don't have just Stephanie, but I have little Keely here.
Forget about me. It's all about her now.
No.
She steals the show.
I love you both, but I do love her a lot. It's been probably about 4 months since she's been on Life by the Bow. We have Kent's whole family here too, which is awesome. And huge thanks to La Jolla for making this whole thing happen. We actually have a discount code for you guys below if you guys want to come and stay here. And then cherry on top is Stephanie cooking up some fresh mahi here.
That doesn't come with the stay though.
Hey, you never know, but it's just awesome having all of us here together, and you know, we're excited to eat, we're hungry. We worked up an appetite off of a full day of fishing, and Kent requested some fried fish with some mango salsa on top, something we've done here on Life by the Bow, but just in case nobody's ever watched an episode where we do the mango salsa, I'll just let you give them a little rundown.
Well, the mango salsa is just some pepper, cilantro, lime, mango, onion, and then we're gonna top it on some fried fish.
This is what it's all about, guys. You know, awesome fishing, spending time with awesome friends, and just getting together and just reaping all the benefits of fishing down here in the Keys.
And going coconuts. Look at that. I love it. There's just skinny. How does it taste?
Fantastic. You guys try it?
You knocked it out of the park, Stephanie.
Oh,
Mango
So
salsa
good.
is killer.
Oh, well, that was your
Coconut.
request.
Coconut. I don't think you mentioned it's coconut
Oh, yeah.
crusted.
It's been awesome having you guys down here. It was awesome visiting the factory. You know, I'm glad that we all got to hang out, both of our little families together. I think it's so cool.
Yeah, your life has changed, man.
Oh,
It's
for
gonna-
sure.
No doubt.
For the better.
In a good way, though.
Can't wait to get this. She's ready to start eating too. Look at her.
But we just want to give a huge thanks to Maverick Boat Group.
Well, everybody's super impressed at Maverick, so.
I appreciate that.
And
It means a lot.
at the end of the day, not only are you making things look beautiful, but how many people have come in saying that they're buying a boat because of Clay Cowart?
Well, hopefully a lot more hands to count on. But we appreciate that. We appreciate you guys. We're gonna put down some food. Been a long day. But until next time, guys, we'll see you then. Thanks so much.
Bye, guys.